That's our whole business model. It's really to give you more time to spend on the snow doing what you're there for, rather than standing in line at a rental shop. And we try and make it as easy as possible. We offer a variety of packages from the first time skier, snowboarder, all the way up to an advanced skier. And we do that by offering multiple packages for skis. We've even done a partnership with Parlor Skis. That really advanced person can try a ski that he's not going to have, he or she will not have an opportunity to try anywhere else, because it's a ski that's unique just to us. Parlor is a custom ski company based out of Boston. So we use local brand. I was just at the Boston Ski Show, met with them, actually went to their shop and saw how they make the ski beginning to end. It's a great ski. I skied it myself last year. And it's really just having that ability to provide from a first-time skier all the way up to that person who's looking for something really unique. So we try and connect with the guests when we go. All the people that work for me, we have the local knowledge about the area. So we'll often get in there and they'll start asking us, where's a good place to go to eat? Obviously with a corporate group, they might already have stuff planned, but they may have some downtime, like where's a good place to go? Or they'll ask us questions about the mountain. What trails do we have to hit? How's it skiing? Like, where should we go for après ski if we're only going to ski for a couple hours? What else can we do? Those are all things that we have that knowledge that we share with the guests. So we try and take a little of that uncertainty out of the equation for them as well. We work our fitting into the event. We try and make it so that we can do the fitting at a time that's convenient for them, at a location that's convenient to them. Now, at the Equinox in particular, they have done, first of all, Rob's been great. He was one of our first partners that we brought on board, and he was on board right from the beginning and has done everything to promote us possible. When we met with Rob, it was like, all right, let's find a place where we can do fittings. Like some places we do them in the room, but at the Equinox, they've got a real nice spot for us downstairs. It's right outside their game room. They call it the Manchester room. There's lots of couches, nice carpeting. It's very comfortable, very bright, lots of windows. If there's kids in the group, there's a game room down there. The adults can go in and play ping pong too, whatnot, because we can only fit a couple people at a time. So it gives them something to do. Plus, there's a cocktail hour going on upstairs. They can come down in groups of two, and next group come down. They really don't have to miss anything. Again, goes back to that whole convenience thing. Like, it only really takes 10, 15 minutes to do a boot fitting. So if they come downstairs, they could even set up, depending on the group, they may have something set up right off of the Manchester room. That's really, the Equinox could work that with the group and say, look, we're going to have some beer and wine and some charcuterie boards downstairs while we're doing the boot fitting. They could actually make an event around it. So that's what we offer. They don't have to leave the events. They can actually incorporate our boot fitting right into an event if they want to. We give them peace of mind knowing that an expert's handling something right from the get-go. They don't have to worry about their equipment. We come with 2 pairs of boots for every renter. 95% of the people are going to fit into one of those 2 pairs of boots. But the good thing is, and a lot of times, especially corporate groups, a lot of times, this may be the first time they've skied or the first time they've skied in a long time. They haven't had ski boots on in a long time, or they've never had them on at all. If you've ever skied, they're not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's not like putting on a shoe. Even a snowboard boot is more comfortable than a ski boot. But I like to say our boots are as comfortable as you can get for a ski boot. But a lot of times, if you're putting a new boot on a person who hasn't done it in a while or never, they're not going to know how it's supposed to fit. We can tell them how it's supposed to fit. We help them with the fitting process. Buckle it up a certain way, a tightness, and then have them stand and have them lean forward and have them give feedback on how the boot feels. The good thing is if they do get out there on the mountain the next day and do I go with the 9 or do I go with the 10? And then they end up going with the 9, and then they get on the mountain and their feet hurt because it's too tight. And they're like, I should have went with the bigger boot. They call us up. We meet them at the mountain. We swap the boot out right there. And then we retech it to the ski. So it's really just taking some of that, putting them at ease that, okay, if you do pick the wrong boot, we got your back. We'll come and swap it out. We're literally right down the hill. If they're skiing at Stratton, we can be there in 5 minutes. We're in the Golf Pro Shop. I can see the mountain from my chair right now. So we're close enough that we can swap things out. We actually have a slope side valet right at the mountain. So we will have poles there. Accidents happen. People lose a pole. They drop it off the chairlift. they break a pole, we can swap it out real quick. So it's, again, goes back to that convenience and the consistency with our boots from person to person. That customer service will go that extra mile to make sure that they have what they need. And if they don't have what they need, we'll get them what they need. We had a group last year that they called us up in like mid-March and had 14 people, and they're like, can you do a delivery for us tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, we could fit it in. I'm like, what time? They're like 7:00. Normally we prefer to have it 2 weeks out, but it's March, so it was a little slower. 7:00 in the morning, it's our earliest delivery. So I was like, are you going to be there tonight? And they're like, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize you can do it the night before. We don't charge you for the day. If it's after 2:00, you don't get charged for the day. So we would prefer to do a group like that on a Friday night as opposed to Saturday morning. So we showed up 8:30. I asked the guy, are you going to be there? And they're like, yes. We showed up 8:30 on Friday. There were 6 adults, 8 kids. The kids literally were in the hot tub when we showed up. They jumped out of the hot tub, dried themselves off, came over in their bathing suits and their ski socks, tried the boots on, clumped around a little bit in front of their fireplace. Again, and this kind of goes back to the corporate setting. The rest of the group, the parents are all there having their cocktails or having their hors d'oeuvres. Some of them are start talking to us, asking us questions. The others are just all hanging out, talking to themselves. The kids trying their boots, give us a thumbs up, take their boots up. The kids jump right back in the hot tub. The parents are sitting there going, this is the greatest thing ever. I didn't have to worry about waiting in line. The same thing could apply with a big group. You get some people that are trying on boots for the first time, and they might need a little more TLC. If you have it set up that there's still in with the group setting, like people are like laughing around. You can look at Joe doesn't know what size shoe they have or something like that. It's very casual. We try and keep it very light, and it gives them that sense that they're not missing anything. Even what's even great is the next morning, if they're in a corporate group, now those people that have to go to the rental shop would be like, all right, now we're going to go, the 10 of us are going to go to the rental shop and wait in line. We'll meet you guys at lunch or something like that. If you're all getting fitted the night before, now all 20 of you can just go right to and just go jet right on the slopes all at the same time. You're not missing any time that next morning. So that's really the key right there. And that's what the parents appreciated too, because they didn't want to wait in line for 2 hours while their kids got fitted for boots. They want to be skiing. They're paid a lot of money to be out there. Skiing is expensive. You don't want to waste any time. You want to get as much time on the mountain as you can.